Students, today we will discuss about induced electromotive force due to rotational motion. Here you see that there is 4 cases. Due to rotational motion, the induced EMF is arised. Here, number 1 is rotation of conducting rod. If a conducting rod of length L is rotating on a uniform magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, then you have to calculate the induced electromotive force and induced current on this conducting wire. Here you see that number 2, rotation of cycle wheel. Cycle wheel has spoke. There is a many spoke on a cycle wheel. This cycle wheel is rotating on a uniform magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. Then what will be the induced EMF on this cycle wheel? And here use that if you rotate a disc, copper disc, on a uniform magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, then what will be the induced EMF or induced current on this disc? This disc is also called a copper disc or Faraday copper disc. Number 4 is if I rotate a semicircular loop. Here is ACD, a semicircular loop of radius R on a magnetic field B, then what will be the current induced by this semicircular loop? This is the 4 case. Now here you see that according to laws of Faraday's laws of electromotive induction, you can write induce EMF E equals to d phi by dt, and it is minus d phi by dt. Here you see that minus d dt b dot A. Here you see that what is the area? This is the area. Area is swept by this rod, conducting rod. The area swept by this conducting rod. Here this is the area. This is the area. Here you see that minus d dt b a cos theta. Here theta is the angle between area vector and the magnetic field, direction of magnetic field. What is the direction of area vector? This is the area swept by this conducting rod. Then the area always the perpendicular to this surface. This is the direction of area vector, and the direction of magnetic field along this direction. Then that means the angle between magnetic field and area vector is 180 degree. Then it will be E equals to minus d phi dt into BA cos 180 degree. 180 degree means minus 1. That means d dt minus BA minus cancel out, then B is constant, then means B equals to dA by dt. You have to calculate that what is the change of area swept by this conducting wire. Now the total angle is 2 pi. Here the angular velocity omega can be written as theta by t. Suppose the time taken by this rod to reach this P dash is t, then omega equals to theta by t, then theta equals to angular displacement equals to omega t. Here you see that total angle is 2 pi. The area, total area equals to pi L square. Here L is the radius of this circle. That means when the angle is 2 pi, total area is pi L square. When angle is 1 radian, then will be pi L square by 2 pi. when the angle is theta equals to omega t, then the area will be m pi l square by 2 pi into omega t. That means pi cancel out. It will be, the area will be a equals to 1 by half 1 by 2 omega l square into t. This is the area. Now you have to put this area in this equation, then it will be the induced EMF E equals to B d dt into the area is half omega l square t, then half b omega l square, and dt by dt means 1, that induced electromotive force equals to half b omega l square. Here omega is the angular velocity of the conducting rod, and L is the length of this rod, and B is the uniform magnetic field. If I here this equation is explained in terms of frequency, then it will be omega equals to 2 pi n. Here n is frequency. Here n is frequency. Then it will be E equals to half b 2 pi n into L square. Pi cancel out. That means 2 cancel out. That means b pi n L square. This is the induced electromotive force. If I calculate the induced current, what will be the induced current? Induced current will be E equals to E by R. If the resistance of this rod is R, then the current will be, induced current will be E by R. That means B omega L square by 2R. This is the first case. That what is the induced EMF? Induced EMF equals to half b omega L square. Then now we will discuss about this condition number 2. Condition number 2. Here you see that a wheel is rotating on a magnetic field perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. Here the length of one spoke is L. Then due to one spoke is rotating on a magnetic field, then the induced EMF due to one spoke will be E equals to, will be same half b omega L square. Now the spokes are connected in parallel direction, parallel connection. Then suppose this is point O, and if this is a point, it will be a point, it will be a point, it will be a point. That means the induced EMF on this spoke and induced EMF on another spoke and induced EMF on another spoke along this direction, all are connected in parallel, all are connecting in parallel. So the effective, this is the E, this is the that E total. What is the total EMF? Total EMF are connected. That means total EMF E total equals to E, because they are connected in parallel ways. So the total induced EMF will be the EMF due to one spoke, that means total EMF generated by the wheel is equals to half B omega L square. That means this induced EMF does not depend on number of spoke. Here you see that the induced EMF does not depend on number of spoke. That means the total EMF equals to the EMF generated by one spoke. The EMF generated by one spoke equals to the same as we rotating a conducting rod. So the total EMF generated by this wheel is equals to the EMF generated by a one spoke, that means half B omega L square. Now we will discuss about Faraday's copper. Now we discuss about Faraday's copper disc. Here you see that this copper disc is made by a infinite number of conducting rod. That means copper disc is made by a infinite number of conducting rod, and the EMF generated on the rod are connected in parallel. So the total induced E total equals to E, that means E equal half omega R square. Here is the R, the radius of this disc, Here omega E equals to E will be half B omega R square. Here R is the radius of this disc. Now I will discuss about the semicircular conducting rod. Here, what is the semicircular rod? Semicircular conducting loop. Here is the loop. When you see that this is the magnetic flux region, here is the magnetic field region. There is no magnetic field. When this loop is entered on this magnetic field region, then there will be a change in magnetic field. You have to calculate the change of magnetic field. Here is the E equals to d dt BA and d dt. B is constant, that means dA by dt. Here you have to calculate the A. A is the change in area. Here is suppose R, this A dash will be R theta. That means area of this portion, area of the OA dash portion will be half R into R theta. That means half R square theta, half R square theta, and theta is omega t, that means half R square omega t, that means E will be B d t. A is half R square omega t, that means B equals B into half B R square omega. That means the total magnetic induced induced EMF by this loop is half B R square omega. Here you see that more than all the equations are same, then you can easily calculate the induced EMF by rotation of this motion, and you can easily solve the problem related to this